What's up, my people? It's your man's Mellow Man. I have some thoughts I want to bring to your attention. What's your understanding of what true love looks like? What are you willing to risk for the people you say you love? When you think about the highest level of love, what does that look like to you? What is the highest level of love that you have ever seen displayed? Would you be willing to die for the ones you say you love? Well, according to the word, John chapter 15, verse 13 says, there's no greater love than a man that's willing to lay down his life for his friends. But even greater than that, the Messiah, who you may know as Jesus, gave up his life and died for you. For you. Even though he knew you wouldn't change your life. Even though he knew that you wouldn't accept him. Even though he knew you wouldn't believe in him. Even though he knew you would forget about him. Even though he knew you weren't worthy of it. Even though he knew you would still be sinning, even until this very day. Even though he knew his own people, our ancestors, would be serving him up to be crucified. He was tortured, beaten, stabbed, spat on, nailed to the cross by his hands and his feet. And even after all of that, you know what he said? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Now, what greater love than that can be displayed to anyone? Now, I have another question for you. Do you love him? If so, how do you know you love him? In his word, he said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Meaning that if you're not following his commandments, and I mean all of them, then you really don't love him. In John 14, verse 15, he said, if you love me, then you'll keep my commandments. So, I'll ask you one more time. Do you love him?